On the limited footprint of a subdivided plot, this triple-level layout generated 700 square meters of space for Marius van der Merwe to show off his design flair. After commissions in Sardinia, the UK, Nigeria and Florida, he applied all his inspiration to his own Camps Bay home.
And look at that, the dining room table's in the perfect place to enjoy that incredible view.
Of course, the first time when I stepped into this house, coming through the lift and then walking through this, I was absolutely amazed with what Ben, the architect, created here. And I could not be more excited with all the textures, with the clean lines, because it really, really complements my design style perfectly well.
And if I'm guessing correctly, I'd say the dining room table and these chairs are your design, right?
Me as a designer, and this being my own home, I of course had the privilege of designing all my favorite pieces. I love utilizing glass as my dining table. I find it exceptionally reflective. I find it floating. And of course, I could follow the clean lines throughout the whole house.
The blueprint of architect Ben Kotlowitz took off the blinkers.
Ben, the standard architectural brief in this area, in Camps Bay, is to make the most of the view, but you've done so much more than that.
Yes, in this instance, not only do we have to maximize the sea view, but we also wanted to maximize the mountain and the greenery, which is really so integral to this particular site. So the challenge was really to elevate the living level to its highest point, and below that we put in the bedrooms, and even further down where you enter, you get the garages and the main entrance foyer.
Now, standing on this balcony, one gets the distinct feeling that you're at the prow of a ship.
Yes, that was totally intentional. We wanted to really bring that feeling that you're on a ship connected to the sea, and that the water in the pool actually almost visually interconnects with the plains of the sea and that strong element of the horizon beyond. And also in the front of the house, we brought in the element of the pergola, which kind of reflects the waves in the sea and gives you that horizontality, and that element sweeps along the facade and then actually turns up at the end to create a screen, which also then reaches up to the sky and kind of connects the house from the ground up to the sky.
And of course, with the architectural masterpiece Ben created, it was an open canvas for me to just put my own touch and create a superb interior.
Marius started and has grown his interior design business along with Chris Steyn.
So Nico, let me introduce you to my partner. Chris, I see he's at his favorite position in the house, the bar.
Well, I can see why this is your favorite spot, because it's got the best vantage point in the house.
Yes, I told Marius he can have his way with most of the interiors as long as I had my bar and my bra outside.
Basically what I did was I just followed through on the floor finish, which is the silver grey granite. And of course then to finish this dead area off, I did this smoky grey mirror box below, which kind of housed all the bottles and the glasses, which obviously from a practical point of view also worked. So of course we accommodated Chris entirely with the bar on the inside, and then right next door in the outside area we did his barbecue area. So both his requirements were entirely met.
Well, the final product is absolutely stunning. But hang on, let's just take a step back. Are you telling me that Chris actually had a say in your design process?
You know what, that was initially when it all started. I knew it was going to be a small hiccup between the two of us, and it ended up being a laughing stock because as an interior designer, I normally do 80% of my own design style, and I leave 20% always over to a client to give their input, and I'll follow their direction. This situation, it was a 50-50 partnership. So I had to obviously follow his input, and him being practical, you know, I had to adhere to all those things because I'm not the most practical guy when it comes to design elements.
Yes, I got my way in quite a few things, and with the practicality and the clean lines. That's why I told most of my friends it's no longer only M interiors, it's also C interiors.
It was whilst in the fashion business together that they began to buy, redesign and sell properties. It was soon their mainstay.
So this is the lower level where we have this really cozy sort of little pajama lounge that leads off the 4 bedrooms. And I did a few little fun family pictures.
Marius has a way of making interiors and architecture merge into one.
And the moment when I stepped into the master bedroom and I saw the bathroom, I just knew that this was another one of Ben's master strokes. I mean, the framing in of the bathroom into the bedroom, it's just beyond spectacular. In the theme of the room, once again, I had to listen to Chris, and I think quite clearly you can see very minimalist, very simple, floating bed, simple pedestals, no throws, no scatter cushions, and from that point, Chris was very, very happy.
Now, here's something I've been wondering about. How does a boykie who grew up in Springbok and Piketberg become an international interior designer living in Camps Bay?
Yeah, what's funny you ask. I think we all have these dreams and aspirations when you're young and when you're little. And I had this design creative bug kind of started festering inside me. And I think as young as 7, 8, 9 years old, I used to Sundays when my mum and dad used to go to church. I used to get back from Sunday school and I could not wait to get to the house and just rearrange the lounge. Rearrange, make nice, make different. And that basically just ended up carrying on, and today, after 20 years, I'm doing homes all around the world.
In between, he studied IT and worked in the aviation business, but design was always his calling, and this house is testament to his talent.
You know, guys, I've been trying to decide because there's so many amazing spots in this house, but I think this is my favorite space.
After we bought the house, myself and Chris came to celebrate, and we got a bottle of wine and some takeaways, and we arrived here with no furniture and we didn't have anywhere to sit, and this used to be a planter, and we ended up sitting on the ledge next to the planter, and we realized that this is a really, really super and amazing position of the house. So this is where we spend a lot of our relaxation time, and now we can honestly call it home.
And with 5 bedrooms and space for 4 cars, it's a home they love to share with their friends and family.